why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds wanted to quash that subpoena in regards to Taylor Swift's lawyer information, because that subpoena they're moving to quash is about communications between Taylor Swift's lawyer and Blake Lively's lawyers. And it's looking like Bryan Freedman is accusing Blake Lively of witness tampering. Like, my mind is blown. So it was two things that he's accusing Blake Lively of. Again, this is all alleged, and I have no idea how he would have this information. He says a reliable source told him that Blake Lively informed Taylor Swift to delete all of their text messages, and two, had her lawyer contact Taylor Swift's lawyer and say, hey, if she doesn't release a statement of support for me, I will release text messages of a personal nature that happened between the two of us. At the end of the day, I don't care whose side you're on. I feel really bad for Taylor Swift for being caught up in all of this. Like, at the end of the day, even if all she did was be there to support her best friend, to all of a sudden be dragged into this and have your best friend accused of witness tampering and like have your reputation put on the line. Like, I don't know, like with friends like Blake Lively, who needs enemies? If any of that is true, I hope not. I hope Blake would not do that to her friend. But like, that is wild. And it makes sense why Travis Kelce would unfollow Ryan now. If he found out that his girlfriend was being threatened by her best friend's husband, I probably too would be like, delete. I just feel really bad for Taylor Swift. Like, she's just trying to live her life, gets dragged under all this hot mess express.
Blake Lively threatened Taylor Swift in an attempt to get her public support. This information is coming from a bombshell new court filing by Justin Baldoni's attorneys. Now, this claim states that Blake Lively's lawyer contacted Taylor Swift's lawyer and demanded that Taylor Swift issue a public support for Blake Lively. And if she refused to do so, this letter apparently threatened that private text messages between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively would be released. Now, Taylor Swift got involved in this heated legal battle when she was served a subpoena to appear. Now, Taylor Swift's representative spoke out claiming that Taylor Swift was not on the set of the movie and had no involvement that would require her appearance as a witness in this case. It appears that Taylor's team has tried to distance Taylor from all the drama surrounding this current lawsuit. Following this bombshell new information regarding Blake Lively apparently attempting to threaten Taylor Swift to compel Taylor to publicly support her, Blake Lively's lawyer spoke out and categorically denied this allegation. Let me know what you think about this in the comments and make sure to drop a follow for more.
There's something that just feels almost ancestral watching Blake Lively burn to the ground, baby. Plantation Barbie is out here cooked. Do you hear me? Oh, it's not looking good. And you know, I am just over here clutching my pearls looking at all this white on white violence. Like, goodness, it's giving aggressive. It's giving ghetto. It's giving, y'all don't know how to act in public. Child, not you got Taylor Swift up in your nonsense. That's like Elvis for white women. Like, not too much on their girl now. Child, I know she at the house about to tear her balayage out from the roots. XOXO, gossip girl.
I literally gasped. Blake, are you okay? I know Taylor is like white feminist of the year, but like, you are an evil white woman. What is wrong with you? I thought Taylor was a dragon. You're not scared that the dragon's gonna bite? What do you mean, Blake? This has all started because of your ego? And you're still oh my... That girl needs help. I suspect a divorce coming swiftly, okay? That's not even high school behavior. That's like middle school, 6th grade, like first year middle school behavior. How old is Blake? At least 35, minimum. I'm gonna leak our text messages if you don't publicly support me. The reason why she's not publicly supporting you, Blake, is because you already embarrassed her with the last text messages that were leaked. Like, what are you talking about? You called her one of your dragons, or whatever the fuck. There was dragons. Thought she was Khaleesi. And now you're mad that she's not gonna support you because we sell that? Her mind is fascinating to me. She believes everything she's saying, and that's like the scary part. Like, she thinks that she is justified. and everything she's done. From the beginning of this whole thing, from the start of production, day one, everything she's done in her brain, she is justified and correct, and she has done nothing wrong. And people are just bullying her and being mean. Like, I used to think, like, oh, this is just her ego. Then I was like, is Ryan, was he, like, the catalyst to get her to file the lawsuit after he found out that, like, her smear campaign didn't work against him? Like, the fact that he was so heavy-handed in the promo and the movie, I was like, I feel like Ryan, maybe he didn't, like, tell her to do it, but, like, she listens to, she's, you know this, if you know, you know. My husband said that now, with this new information, if the business is true, Blake, you need therapy. No wonder the cast of Gossip Girl doesn't fuck with you anymore. Like, oh my God.
Another really interesting letter from Bryan Freedman about Justin Baldoni involving Taylor Swift and the subpoena sent to her lawyer for her lawyer's communications with Blake Lively's lawyers. This letter really paints an interesting picture. So Venable is the law firm that represents Swift. However, the Lively defendants' insistence that the subpoena seeks irrelevant information is wrong. The subpoena aims to obtain discovery relating to witness tampering and evidence spoliation. Now, evidence spoliation, I think that photographer that was in that lawsuit in like November that was settled very quickly with Ryan Reynolds and Aviation, where Ryan still follows the photographer, I think that there were accusations of spoliation in that. That's a big deal. And witness tampering, not good. Then it goes on to say, specifically, the Wayfarers Council are informed and believe, based on information from a source who's highly likely to be reliable, 1, that Miss Lively requested that Taylor Swift delete text messages. 2, Gottlieb, the counsel for Lively, contacted a Venable attorney who represents Miss Swift and demanded that Miss Swift release a statement of support for Miss Lively, basically suggesting that if Swift refused to do so, private text messages of a personal nature in Lively's possession would be released. We now know why Ryan Reynolds was unfollowed by Travis. If it's true, they believed that these this inappropriate circumstance and this extortionate threat was written about in at least one correspondence between Mr. Gottlieb, the attorney for Lively, and a representative of Swift. And they're basically, it sounds like they're just trying to get their hands on this. And so then they reiterate that the Wayfarer Parties Council is in active discussions with Venable to determine how to proceed. Should those prove unfruitful, the Wayfarer Parties will either oppose the motion to quash or withdraw the subpoena in favor of an amended subpoena seeking only the communications in question. So they're basically saying, hey, we're trying to play nice in the sandbox. This is our plan here. But wow, that was juicy.
I don't think Justin Baldoni's team ever wanted Taylor Swift to actually testify. They just wanted to prove that Blake Lively is a dishonest person and lies for her own benefit. And that's exactly what was proven with Taylor Swift's response. Because Taylor is adamant that she had nothing to do with It Ends With Us, allegedly didn't choose Isabella Ferreira as young Lily. The only thing she had to do with the movie is allowing them to use her song. But this directly contradicts everything Blake Lively has been saying. Because Blake Lively claimed in multiple interviews that Taylor was there for her the entire time, giving her advice, was an instrumental part about making this movie. So Justin Baldoni's team doesn't even need her to testify anymore. They're going to present her response saying that she had nothing to do with this movie while Blake Lively was telling everyone she did. It sounds like it has nothing to do with the drama, but it actually proves that this person can't be trusted, that she will twist the lies and the facts for her own benefit. So if she did this to her best friend, the godmother to her children, imagine the lies she's been spewing about this man. In my opinion, Blake Lively made it clear she wants Justin Baldoni's career destroyed. So if she lied about Taylor's involvement in this movie, what else has she lied about?
I literally gasped. Blake, are you okay? I know Taylor is like white feminist of the year, but like, you are an evil white woman. What is wrong with you? I thought Taylor was a dragon. You're not scared that the dragon's gonna bite? What do you mean, Blake? This has all started because of your ego And you're still oh my, that girl needs help. I suspect a divorce coming swiftly, okay? That's not even high school behavior. That's like middle school, 6th grade, like first year middle school behavior. How old is Blake? At least 35, minimum. I'm gonna leak our text messages if you don't publicly support me. The reason why she's not publicly supporting you, Blake, is because you already embarrassed her with the last text messages that were leaked. Like, what are you talking about? You called her one of your dragons, or whatever the fuck. There was dragons. Thought she was Khaleesi. And now you're mad that she's not gonna support you because we sell that? Her mind is fascinating to me. She believes everything she's saying. And that's like the scary part. Like, she thinks that she is justified in everything she's done. From the beginning of this whole thing, from the start of production, day one, everything she's done in her brain, she is justified and correct, and she has done nothing wrong. And people are just bullying her and being mean. Like, I used to think like, oh, this is just her ego. Then I was like, is Ryan, was he like the catalyst to get her to file the lawsuit after she found out that like her smear campaign didn't work against him? Like, the fact that he was so heavy-handed in the promo and the movie, I was like, I feel like Ryan, maybe they didn't like tell her to do it, but like she listens to, you know this, if you know, you know. My husband said that now with this new information, if the business is true, Blake, you need therapy. No wonder the cast of Gossip Girl doesn't fuck with you anymore. Like, oh my God.
All right, pro Blake people, and I know there's like 6 of you left. Just kidding. There's 12. A lot of you guys are saying this is all a lie. It's all a lie. Bryan Freedman is making it up. Did you see that Michael Gottlieb, Blake Lively's attorney, is denying it to TMZ? Blake Lively never asked Taylor Swift to delete these texts, and never asked Taylor Swift to write a letter of support, and would never do this. Never. Well, did you know that it's your attorney's job to make a case for you? I mean, there's literally criminal attorneys. Like, even the worst of the worst criminals have attorneys. I mean, murderers have attorneys. So trust me when I tell you, Michael Gottlieb, of course, is going to deny it. But just this afternoon, Ezra Hudson, who is also Blake Lively's attorney, wrote a letter to Judge Lyman with a motion to strike the letter from Bryan Freedman, saying it has nothing to do with the court case. I want this letter struck from this court case. It's anonymous and it has nothing, which makes me think there's truth to the letter. She wants it gone. If there's nothing to hide, you wouldn't want to hide it. You wouldn't worry about it. It's all hearsay. No. The skeletons are out. It is true. It is real. Blake Lively done fucked up. So is Ryan Reynolds, because they think apparently that it's okay to extort everyone, from Justin Baldoni to Taylor Swift. And who's next? The Pope? So good on you, Blake and Ryan. Who's next? I mean, I guess my 9-year-old is probably getting extorted next.
I'm not a therapist. I'm not going to try to diagnose someone, but I do think that there is a type of ego that lives within a person who would claim themselves as Khaleesi, and it doesn't surprise me that she would go to Taylor Swift, someone like Taylor Swift, and try to strong arm them into making a public statement in support of her, because yeah, she is actually really failing in the court of public opinion. People don't really believe her, and probably for good reason, in my opinion. So that mixed with the fact that Bryan Freedman is a lawyer, and he probably understands that they're already so far ahead in the court of public opinion, and if he is making this claim, this alleged allegation, without substantial evidence to back it up, he understands that they're going to look like such fools if they can't provide evidence to what they're saying. And it's like, I don't think he would risk that. Like, that's a dumb move. So I do think that there is like probably good support to this letter that he has submitted to the judge. And I also think that this case is like nuts. It's bonkers.
Well, we have more breaking news, and this time I have a theory. So this is me speculating. I'll give you the breaking news in a second, but I want to just be very upfront. I have a speculative theory on what's going on here. That's Bryan Freedman. That's our girl, Plantation Barbie. But let me tell you the breaking news, and then I'll get into my theory. Manat, Phelps & Phillips, the firm representing Blake, filed a motion to strike from the record the letter that Freedman submitted. That was the breaking news this morning or earlier today about the Taylor Swift extortion. So now, where I'm coming from after finding that out, and that you can Google. Everyone always wants to know my sources. This is easily Googleable. So now we're going to get into my theory. I think he laid a trap, and I think she went for it. That's what I think. Based on the way he maneuvers, I think he wanted her to move to strike, and I think specifically he wanted her to file sanctions because she's threatening him with sanctions now. I think this was a chess move. So save this video because I want to see if I'm right. Let me know your wildest conspiracy theories in the comments because that is what I think is going on right now, just based on all my experience in Hollywood.
Body language. It's so good.
So much. Thank you.
You may think, is that a new dragon? Salma Hayek is married to a billionaire. So first and foremost, let's think about that because that's the hemisphere that Blake Lively is immediately attracted to. But actually, the friendship goes way back. There are lots of photos of Blake and Salma together from years past. But now it seems like if you watch the body language, she's pulling away. Blake is trying to put her hand on her, I think more than once. She's trying to put her hand on her back and get closer. Salma clearly pulls away and gets closer to Robin, Blake's sister. It's just very telling. And I'm not sure where they are exactly. If you know, drop a comment. But it is a new video that was captured, and it's just funny. So funny share for you guys. Let me know what you think.
The legal papers are saying that Blake Lively has been blackmailing Taylor Swift. Hi, and welcome to Wilson Talk. I'm Sashti Flo, and here on my channel, I talk about my good and bad experiences in Hollywood and working as an entertainment reporter, and a lot about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And I just received the most crazy email. Okay, as you know, I'm in Spain right now, so it's like 9 o'clock here, and I just had dinner and a glass of wine, and I just like scrolled through my emails, and I saw this, and I was like, oh my God, I need to jump on and talk about this. This is so crazy, you guys. So earlier today, I posted a video about Blake Lively and Taylor Swift, blah, 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 and all the back and forth about the subpoena that Taylor Swift received, and how Blake Lively's team have been writing the judge to quash this subpoena. And of course, Taylor Swift's team has been trying to do the same thing. And Bryan Freedman has been fighting back and forth about it because he thinks this subpoena is important. And everyone's like, why is this subpoena so important? Something I talked about earlier today as well. Why is this subpoena of Taylor Swift so important to his lawsuit? As you know, Justin Baldoni is suing Blake Lively for defamation, civil extortion, and invasion of privacy. And of course, Blake Lively, as you know, is suing him for SH and a retaliation campaign or smear campaign, alleged smear campaign, whatever. So these letters has been going back and forth to the judge, and today or tonight, this letter that Bryan Freedman wrote to the judge is shocking. Okay, so listen to this. So he starts with saying, we write in response to the letter filed by plaintiff, defendant Blake Lively, and consolidated defendant Ryan Reynolds, the two of them together, regarding their request intervention in an action in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia seeking to quash the Wayfarer Parties subpoena. The Wayfarer Parties anticipate that Venable's motion, Venable is Taylor Swift's lawyers, to quash will be mooted in short order as their counsel and Venable are conferring in good faith. However, the Lively defendants insisted.
The Justin Baldoni case continues as we find out that Blake Lively's lawyer reached out to Taylor Swift's lawyer demanding that Miss Swift release a statement of support for Lively. And if she refused to do so, private text messages between Mrs. Swift and Mrs. Lively's possession would be released. So over their 10-year friendship, Blake said, "You need to publicly support me or I will release our private text messages." This... And then obviously, Taylor Swift's lawyer probably leaked this to Justin Baldoni's team. This woman's insane. Oh my God. Horrible. Horrible, wretched woman. Ugh. Part of me feels like this is being like navigated by Ryan Reynolds, but she's complicit in this. It's, what slimy, gross people. It's why Hollywood has been canceled. Good riddance. And goodbye.
A new blind item saying Brittany Mahomes was well aware that Blake Lively was trying to have an affair with Justin Baldoni. This blind item comes from Without a Crystal Ball. It's very interesting, but as always, take these blind items with a grain of salt. Without a Crystal Ball posted this onto IG. "I just got back from dinner with my girlfriend. Her and her sister went to high school with Blake in Burbank. My friend's sister was celebrating a friend's birthday, and Brittany Mahomes had a private jet for all of them. On the private jet, Brittany said that Blake tried to have an affair with Justin, but he wasn't interested and shut it down. I think Taylor told Brittany, or Blake told Brittany. Either way, Taylor was in the know. My friend's sister was on the plane. The sister on the plane was texting my friend, her sister, real time as Brittany was telling the girls. My friend's sister didn't add much to the convo besides the fact that they went to the same high school and were on the cheer team together. But I think the other girls were chatty, so it seems casual or like a gossip session. I don't know how or when Justin shut Blake down." So that was the blind item that was sent to Without a Crystal Ball. Without a Crystal Ball also wrote this in the Team Justin Baldoni forum, and she said, "I was sent photos from the girls' weekend which were not on Brittany's IG." So is this the real reason why Taylor never showed her support after Blake came out with the SH complaint? Because she knew what really happened? There is no way that Taylor Swift cannot be subpoenaed. Like, at this point, it has to happen. And might as well add Brittany Mahomes to that list now, too.